The price of WTI is running sideways on Monday morning, but not before a Friday in which we saw WTI surpass Brent crude prices. And here to talk about it is Jeffrey Grossman. Jeffrey, thanks for being with us.
Good to be here.
So what do you make of the slight moment that we saw WTI rise above Brent?
I don't make that much of it, to tell you the truth, really. This is a spread that for many, many years, as a matter of fact, as recently as about 3 years ago, WTI traded above Brent as a rule. In fact, as much as, from anywhere from a couple of dollars to even $5 and $6 at on occasion or so. Now, what is interesting is how much the market had moved. Now, remember, we had Brent at over $20 at one point. I think about $24 above WTI. Now, that was due to a glut of oil that existed in Cushing. Now that they've reversed the pipeline, that spread was bound to narrow. Now that we've got to the point where they're basically at par with each other, everyone suddenly is standing up and paying attention. But again, it was almost inevitable for it to happen. But again, I don't place that much significance on it. It's very hard to determine, who is the bigger culprit. Is it weak Brent or weak WTI, strong WTI? It comes as a big non-event in my book from a trading standpoint.
Sure. So we've also seen WTI prices rise to their highest level since March of 2012. Is that going to have a negative or positive effect on some other sectors?
Well, I'd have to think so. Listen, high energy prices affect so many sectors. We want to, of course, talk about all the automobile issues that come into play with higher gas prices. But again, crude oil, impacts everyone. It almost inevitably will come as some form of almost a tax to the consuming public that uses any sort of refined products.
And finally, Jeffrey, where do you see the price going from here? Is higher the news?
No, I do not see it going higher. I was asked that several times last week, as a matter of fact, and everyone wants to hear $1.10. Everyone wants to hear, $1.15. But the truth is, I think this market has to settle back. Now, I will say this: since the market broke out a couple of weeks ago above $105, it has behaved as a market you could buy on dips, and probably will still be that for the next week or two. But I still see this market settling back, more likely breaking down in another week or so, and probably having to test that $100 level before it could make a significant move, up again to those numbers everyone's hoping for, let's say, with some, positive information here, be it inventories, be it any international strife or whatever. But again, the market, based on what I see here, fundamentally must sell off a bit and work its way a little bit lower.
All right, Jeffrey Grossman from the NYMEX in New York, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
For The Street, I'm Joe Deaux.